Hello everyone, I'm A.D. Ramsey of Davita Handcraft Soap, and we're here to do another experiment. I tell you the truth. I'm always, what if you tried this? What'd happen? Well, we about to find out. So I was at my least favorite store ever, which is Walmart, and I found these little molds. They're the hard plastic, and they're to make little popsicles with. So we're going to pop the popsicle part of this out and substitute it with some rope. This rope, to make sure that the ends aren't frayed, of course I could leave them that way, but what I want to do is take a little bit of melt and pour, dip it in here so it adheres, then push it so that it sticks together, spray the mold with some non-stick oil. Will that work? Will this recipe absorb that oil? Who knows? Then I'm going to stick the rope inside the mold like this. Once I put a little soap in there, then I'm going to stick the rope in there so it stays. And then we're going to pour the rest of the soap, and this part will hang out, and this will be soap on the rope. In my head, that's what's going to happen. Who knows? I made a very, very small batch. I'm going to make a very small batch. I have oils. I have a little bit of kaolin clay to help with the slip. I'm fragrancing it with Rustic Essential, which is now owned or in partnership. I don't know exactly what deal Amy has with Warehouse Supplies Plus, but they're part of that. And I bought this fragrance during the pandemic, and the plastic that it came in warped, but the plastic that usually it comes in doesn't. So I transferred this into an original package from before. I'm going to use a little bit of melt and pour. I have my sodium hydroxide here, which I added a little bit of sugar and a little bit of salt to act as the lactate, because I don't use the lactate. And even when I used silicone molds back in the day, I would always just make my own. I would mix it in there and keep it pushing, because why buy it when you can make it? Same dog to bit Alice. Then we're going to mix it together and see what happens. Who the heck knows? And I see a little bit of floaties in here, so we're going to strain this also. So let's get started. Let's start by melting the melt and pour. So once it cooled down and it wasn't set to hell, this is the look that I was trying to achieve. Woo, woo. I already put my fragrance oil in here, since it was just such a small amount. I'm going to hand stir in my sodium hydroxide with my fake lactate in there. I want to make this orange and white, so I'm going to pour a little bit back in here. Pour my color in here, which is Mango Tango. Just a dog hair TD. I'm going to spray a little bit of non-stick spray, which I very rarely use in my cooking as well. Oh boy. This is this is what it looks like. This is so interesting. So I'm just going to pour some in here. Not a lot. Give it a little tap. Then we're going to take our little ropes. And set them in right like this. Oh boy. I don't know, you guys. I think just like that. So kind of sticks up just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to pour the rest in, starting right at the rope, and work our way down. Woo-hoo. Give it a little shake. Because if it's a little overfilled, that's fine, I think. Overfull. Overfilled. Okay. I'm too afraid to move it, so we're just going to let it sit there. And I'll bring you back tomorrow and let you know what happened. Okay, so before I even let this set overnight, I see a mistake. I should have had the rope way up here so that as it's being used, the rope won't just be at the end, because soon as the kids start using it, or adults, it's automatically gonna snap because it's not up far enough. So, and it's too hard in here already for me to scoop it out and try again. No problem. This is just a trial run, and I'll just cut these soaps. Well, first let's see how it comes out the mold on tomorrow, and I'll just cut these soaps up and shred them and use it for something else, and we will try this again. That's why it's called a test. So this is what it looks like after a couple of days. Again, we're going to remake it because I know that this is up way too high. I just want to see if this will even come out of the mold, because it's a hard plastic. And I did put it in the freezer for about 45 minutes, which I don't think is going to help. I don't want to pull it by the rope. So no, it won't come out the mold. I really thought it would, because it looks like it's trying to pull away, see, from the mold. So I thought it was going to come out. So this is what it looks like, a busted up mess, which is fine. It's still soap. So what I'm going to do, as you can see all the details, you didn't get any of that. I have one more idea. So let's get this out of here. We'll chop up this soap and use it for something else. But round two. Okay, so we retried the batch. I put the string a lot higher, and I just picked this up. I didn't put it in the freezer and turned it over to see what it was looking like, and it fell right out the mold. I can't remember who whose channel I was watching, but they actually separated their molds. They were trying to unmold the massage bar. And if you know who I'm referring to, please leave their name in the comment section so I can put in a description. But she had a much easier time once she separated them to get them loose. So I did the same with this, and I picked it up, I turned it over, and it just fell out the mold. I found that if you don't leave it in for a long time, overnight is fine. I sprayed it with some cooking oil, and it just fell right out the mold. In fact, if it was on the reverse side, I could double it and make it a really thick bar. But of course, it's too soft to try to hang it, you know, to demonstrate it hanging by the actual rope. But now I don't know what to do. I'll just set it like this. Set that to the side. And I also have some little, wait, let me get something. So I also, I was gifted this little popsicle set. I'm going to squeeze it. This is made with a lot softer silicone. So I'm just going to squeeze it and see if it comes out. It's easy, and it does. So I have that. And it's also on a little rope. And I think I'm going to start a little kids series with little children type soap. So I didn't bang that down, so that has like some little holes right there, especially at the bottom. That's okay. And I had a little popsicle embed, and this was from the second batch, so it matches this color, but this was from the first batch, and I'm going to use this color, and I'm going to put a little embed on there. I think that'll be cute. So we're going to do that, and now I'll make a bigger batch. Now that I know that I can, oh, look, it just slides right out of there. So now that I know the trick, see that one, you can see the rope. So that's what I'll have to, and see this one too. I'll have to make sure that the rope is more centered. But this is our first test for the soap on the rope. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And if you like these types of shenanigans, please consider subscribing. Thank you. Ooh, what if I made a big clump? We'll see what happens next.